party in
Everybody's
here.
dancing.
Let's do this.
I'm looking good for the press. If you listen to my show, you won't be depressed. Listen to the end and we can be friends. If you're really smart, you'll do what Zoey says. Hey, 2, 3, 4, let's go. Zoey says, episode 11. Everybody, let's do this. Let's do this with Kevin. One time I knew this guy named Kevin who I worked with at this little wine bar on Southport Street in Chicago in Cornelia. He was so nice. I think the whole time I knew him, he only spoke like 2 words, and it's my goal in life to cross paths with him again because he was just the most interesting, fascinating adopted guy. He was... he was adopted and he just loved to travel. And one day he came in, no hair on his head. And I said, there's something about Kevin. We need to talk about Kevin. And when I said that joke, he laughed really hard. I'd never seen him even like really move his lips. He was quiet, like a church mouse. And he knew that movie. We need to talk about Kevin. I think that's what it's called. There's like so many Kevins. Everybody hates Chris, but there's another one with Kevin. Like Kevin and Molly or something. I don't know. But welcome. This is Zoey Says episode 11. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is a nice day. You know, it's one of those great days where in the forecast it said thunderstorms and rain, and you go outside, not a cloud in the sky. So we obviously are going to have just an amazing little wonderful circle. I keep getting like these these texts, these notifications, and some of them are welcomed. Like I get Jenny's notification sent to my phone. There's this new like Goose Tracks flavor. Honestly, could care less. But then I get like Plato's Closet is having a sale. The Village Discount is having a sale. Do you want to join this this conference that's happening? There's always links, and I'm always terrified how they get me, how they get all my information like this, like that. But yeah, today's been a good day. Last night I worked with, and it was a nice group. It was my 2 besties were working with me, and then afterwards we went to their apartment and we watched the movie Madam Web. Madam Web is a movie that no one on earth has probably watched more than 7 times. Last night I think I watched it for an 8th time. I'll go through all the times I watched Madam Web. The first time was on a date with this guy. He was this nice guy, bleached blonde hair, very in shape, loved cigarettes, had this Lamborghini, or not a Lamborghini, I think it was a BMW with like suicide doors. And he just was nice, definitely new to the area. And when I say area, like I mean like the United States. He was still kind of getting his footing, and I was happy to give it to him. I think it was Valentine's Day was the day, because that was the day Madam Web came out or something. And we watched it together, but we didn't watch it much. I was really kind of wanting to watch it, but he like wanted me to be in the same chair as him. He kissed like nobody else I knew. I didn't know really that you kissed like that. Maybe you do that somewhere else. Maybe he's just attractive and no one told him like, oh, don't do that. Don't put your tongue like, all the way in my mouth. I couldn't like breathe because his tongue was choking me. It was in my throat, which is like, you could like taste the popcorn. Like there's plenty of popcorn right here. You don't have to go into my stomach and fish it out. So he was such a nice guy. We ended up getting back to his place, which was a beautiful high rise on like Grand and State, which is like very, very prime real estate, very expensive area, floor to ceiling windows, 1 bedroom. He ends up, I think, and the whole time I'm like, how do you have all this money? And he's like, trying to explain it to me. He's invested very well. I think someone had died and he got inherited a lot of money, was sort of the gist of what I heard, was pieced together. So he lost most of it now. Now he's living in a smaller place with roommates. I don't even know if he still has that car. All this to say that I was not impressed by any of the flashy stuff, and I shouldn't have been, because if I was with him, I would have, and if I was with him only for that things, this time last year, wait, that same time the next year, none of that stuff would have been there. You know what I'm saying? He liked to ski. It was such an expensive sport or activity, hobby. We just went our separate ways, you know? If I'm going to be with someone, I wrote a lot about that today. It's like, who would I be with if I were to be with somebody? And I really didn't come to much conclusion. I just came to the conclusion that maybe this summer I'm going to like bench myself and kind of stay back and let everybody else have their fun. But yes, that was the first time I watched Madam Web. And then my friends watched Madam Web also in theaters at a different time. They fell in love with it based on how like awful it was. Madam Web is like, it's a spin-off of Spider-Man, but the plot of it is so bizarre. The acting is so weird. The script makes zero sense. Nothing a part of it works. There's like, somehow they threw it, it's like a salad, but it's like you put strawberries in it, but with mayonnaise, and there's also there's like spicy chicken, but there's also like chocolate cake in it. Like it's like nothing works. It's like all tasting really strange. A million different textures, but it all becomes just like gray gook disgustingness. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that's why we love it. Like, we've seen it. I mean, every time I watch it, I love it. But every time it's like, we're going to watch Madam Web again tonight, I get like frustrated. I'm like, again, we're watching Madam Web? You're joking me? But, you know, it's like a tradition. I just like, if we're going to watch something that's campy, let's do something that's already, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if we're going to watch a camp movie, let's do something that's classically camp, not something that's like fished from the bottom of the list. That doesn't make any sense. But we watched Madam Web last night for like a 10th time, and it was nice. It was good to see all those friends again. Dakota Johnson's in it. The guy from Severance is in it. The girl with the big boobs who was in Euphoria was in it. Emma Roberts is in it. All-star cast for whatever reason. And I actually enjoy the film. You know, I would love them to make a sequel. I would definitely be the only one to watch it. Anyways, so yes, let me get into my grievances. So I just talked about how I wasn't going to be having sex anytime soon out of choice and principle. So that's kind of a grievance, because it's like, are you giving up? Like, you just don't care. You're scared you're going to get your feelings hurt. What are you scared of? It's a lot deeper, and I'm leaving it with just me. I'm just leaving it in a box in the attic, and I won't touch it. But you know what? If worse comes to worse, and I wake up and someone's in my apartment, I'll have sex with them. And then also yesterday, I'm crop dusting everybody, which is not ladylike, and it's not something that I feel like I can control. I feel like it's either like crop dust them and like everyone's gonna be, like, just be on edge, or hold it in and just feel horrible and also be on edge. Double-edged sword. I don't know. I don't think it smells, but at the same time, maybe it does. I know people who will smell anything, who will be able to smell something that's going on. They'll be able to smell the lobster rolls in Maine, and we're in California. You know, they can smell things from miles. They can smell what I'm going to be having for lunch 3 weeks from now, you know? So either way, it's like I don't even care. If I have something in my stomach that I need to get out and it's loud in here, no one's going to hear it, I'm just going to get it out. But it's been like 3 days of just like me finding respite in loud spaces, because I can finally kind of like let loose, you know, loosen up my hole. And another thing is, I want to talk about my mom, but my mom has been leaving comments on all of my podcasts. And how am I supposed to talk about my mom if she listens to every episode? I'm going to talk about it anyway. She didn't even do anything wrong. I was just trying to screen record something earlier, and she was texting me 8 things. So it just pissed me off. Like, Like, give me one long text and that can be the end of it. 8 individual texts. Because I think she like thinks of something. She puts her phone down. Oh, I have another idea. And then she keeps going. And then that's just a cycle that goes on throughout the whole day. It's like constant status updates, more ideas, more requests, more suggestions. And I'm trying to screen record some stuff. So that's a grievance, but I'm not even gonna trip too hard, Mom. So some positives is sushi. I enjoy sushi. I had a sushi roll today, a salmon avocado spicy sushi roll. Yummy. I got paid today. Cha-ching. I got paid more than I thought I was going to get paid. That's money in my account, which was thank God, because I also had having to pay some things earlier, a little bit expensive things, $800 security deposit, and hopefully I'll get that money back. Let's see. And I'm going to go shopping today, shopping grocery style, because I haven't done groceries in the shopping section in a second because I was out, I haven't been available, and now I have time until my next place I have to be. So I'm going to go grocery shopping. Fruits is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing fruits, but I'm also seeing maybe a little treat, maybe like an ice cream cone, something that's nice, classic, not cookie dough, but like mint chocolate chip perhaps. And then I am well rested too. Yesterday I was not well rested. I had to sleep in the middle of the day. I had like an hour-long nap, which was nice. But today, obviously, I'm on crack, so I'm ready to conquer the day with my puss. Thank you so much. Zoey says episode 11. Let's fucking get it. Everybody dies tonight. Oh, wait, let me do my quote. We are all born for a reason. So drop it low and the rest is drag. What you'll do as Zoey says. Hey.